In the far reaches of the galaxy, a solitary human scientist named Dr. Ezra Novak toiled away in his laboratory, driven by an insatiable curiosity and a desire to bridge the vast distances between the stars. For years, he had been working on a revolutionary invention that would change the course of intergalactic relations forever. The galaxy was home to countless intelligent species, each with their own unique cultures, technologies, and ways of life. Among them were the Zyraxians, a proud and technologically advanced race known for their brilliant minds and their mastery of the sciences. The Zyraxians had long been aware of the existence of other intelligent life in the universe, but the immense distances between the stars had made meaningful communication and collaboration nearly impossible. That is, until Dr. Novak's breakthrough. Through a combination of advanced quantum entanglement and subspace manipulation, Dr. Novak had created a device that allowed for instantaneous communication across the vast reaches of space. The implications were staggering. No longer would civilizations be isolated by the immense distances that separated them. The invention promised to usher in a new era of intergalactic cooperation and understanding. News of Dr. Novak's achievement spread quickly, and soon the Zyraxians took notice. Their most brilliant scientist, a prodigy named Xanthir Vorn, was tasked with studying the human's invention and assessing its potential impact on Zyraxian society. Xanthir was initially skeptical of the human's claims, but as he delved deeper into the science behind the device, he found himself more and more impressed by Dr. Novaks' ingenuity. The two scientists began to correspond regularly, exchanging ideas and theories across the light years that separated them. As their relationship deepened, Xanthir and Dr. Novak began to realize that their two species had much to learn from one another. The Zyraxians' advanced understanding of subatomic particles and higher dimensions complemented Dr. Novak's expertise in quantum mechanics and information theory. Together, they pushed the boundaries of what was possible, refining and expanding upon the original design of the communication device. Their collaboration soon caught the attention of the wider intergalactic community. Other species, who had long been isolated by the vast distances of space, began to reach out to the Zyraxians and humans, eager to establish lines of communication and share their own unique perspectives and technologies. Among these new allies were the Kwa-Athi, a species of energy-based lifeforms who had mastered the art of manipulating the fundamental forces of the universe. The Kwa-Athi representative, a being named Lux Anar, was particularly interested in the potential applications of Dr. Novak's invention for his own people. As more and more species began to join the growing intergalactic network, the true potential of Dr. Novak's invention became clear. The instantaneous communication it provided allowed for an unprecedented level of cooperation and collaboration between the various races of the galaxy. Scientific breakthroughs that had once taken centuries were now achieved in a matter of years, as the best minds from across the stars worked together towards common goals. But not everyone saw the invention as a force for good. There were those who feared the changes it would bring, and the potential for their own power and influence to be diminished in the face of this new intergalactic order. One such individual was Zorthan Cruel, the leader of a rogue Zyraxian faction known as the Shadowblades. Zorthan saw the invention as a threat to his own plans for domination, and he would stop at nothing to see it destroyed. As tensions rose and the threat of conflict loomed, Dr. Novak and Xanthir found themselves at the center of a growing crisis. They knew that the fate of the galaxy hung in the balance, and that they would need to use all of their combined knowledge and resources to prevent disaster. Working closely with Lux Anar and the Kwa-Athi, they began to develop new technologies and strategies to counter the Shadowblades' attacks. They created advanced shielding systems to protect key communication nodes and developed sophisticated encryption protocols to ensure that their transmissions remained secure. But even with all of their preparations, the Shadowblades proved to be a formidable foe. Zorthan's forces struck without warning, targeting key installations and cutting off entire planets from the intergalactic network. The situation looked grim, and many began to lose hope. It was in this darkest hour that Dr. Novak and Xanthir made a startling discovery. By combining the Kwa-Athi's energy manipulation techniques with their own communication technology, they found that they could create a feedback loop that would overload the Shadowblade systems and render their weapons useless. The plan was risky, and there was no guarantee of success, but with the fate of the galaxy hanging in the balance, they knew they had no choice but to act. In a coordinated strike, the Allied forces launched their attack. Qua-Athi energy beings surged through the Shadowblade's defenses, while human and Zyraxian ships bombarded their installations from above. The Shadowblades fought back fiercely, but they were no match for the combined might of the Intergalactic Alliance. In the end, it was Dr. Novak and Xanthir who dealt the final blow. Using a modified version of the communication device, they sent a massive burst of energy directly into the heart of the Shadowblades' command center, overloading their systems and bringing their rebellion to a swift and decisive end. The victory was celebrated across the galaxy, as the allied species came together to rebuild and strengthen the bonds that had been forged in the heat of battle. Dr. Novak and Xanthir were hailed as heroes, their names spoken with reverence by all who had benefited from their remarkable invention. In the years that followed, the intergalactic network continued to grow and evolve, bringing new species and new ideas into the fold. The instantaneous communication that Dr. Novak had made possible had changed the galaxy forever, breaking down the barriers that had once kept the various races apart and paving the way for a new era of peace, prosperity, and understanding. And at the center of it all, a human and a Zyraxian, two scientists from vastly different worlds who had come together to achieve the impossible. Their legacy would endure for generations, a testament to the power of curiosity, collaboration, and the indomitable spirit of the human race. As Dr. Novak looked out across the stars, he knew that his work was far from finished. There were still so many mysteries to unravel, so many new frontiers to explore. But with the help of his allies and the power of his invention, he knew that anything was possible. The galaxy would never be the same, thanks to the tireless efforts of one human scientist and the alien friends he had made along the way. Together they had shown that even the most insurmountable obstacles could be overcome, and that the vast distances of space were no match for the power of the human spirit.